So this is the pump part of the system. One of the things I wanted to do is make it fairly easy, basically just by buying off-the-shelf parts, something you could find at your local agro store, possibly a hardware store. So on a lot of the valves, pumps, things like that, connectors and things I actually did find just at my local hardware store. So we got this pump off of a buy and sell site. The fella had bought it and never installed it, never ran it. So it's kind of a really nice price. As I said before, it's a Princess Auto 2-inch high pressure transfer pump. Some of the things we wanted to do on it were obviously have connections for like a fire hose coming out of the side of it. We have a small hose thief on it as well. So what we can do is we can actually run a garden hose with another type of sprayer on it if we want to a little bit. We can stretch out about 200 feet on that. And it sort of moves us on to our next thing. We have a really nice little hose reel package here that bolts onto the base of the flat deck. These are the parts that I was using to actually make the connections for my hose thieves and all my main manifolds and things. So coming straight out of the pump intake there, we've got one that'll basically connect up over to the tank itself. Then on this side of it, what we can do is we can actually draw from another water source. So if we actually had to draw out of a pond or something like that, that would be kind of a nice thing to have. And then also on the manifold, I actually have a couple different sections here. Like I said, we've got that fire hose section on the front, the water thief, and then what I also noticed is when we were actually fighting that wildfire, it would have been kind of nice to have been able to just sort of drive along and spray down the ditches and things like that if there was a fire beside us. So what we did is we actually made up another connection, and we have one, once this pump is actually sitting on the flat deck, it'll discharge off the driver's side, and we can set that stream, fire up the pump, and just sort of continue down the road to create a nice barrier, like a wet spot in the road, side of the road, just so we don't have any jump into the fire there as well. One of the things that was kind of nice is with the Princess Auto stuff too, was able to order probably about 200 feet of actual forestry fire hose. So it's got the really nice connecting ends and everything on it. Super easy to hook up a hose to. And then all you have to do is stretch out your first 50 feet if you want to stretch out a little bit longer. And just sort of keep on going down the line as to about 250 feet. And with these high pressure pumps, you can actually do that without really any significant loss of pressure. The only thing is obviously the bigger the hose and everything like that too, you're going to be going through water at a greater rate. So even though I have 1,000 liters in my black tank, you can eat through that pretty quickly. So that's kind of why we actually went to the smaller the hose, as the professional fires would be sort of knocking down the big fires and everything like that. We could come along and do the mop-up work after that. So in a bit, what I'm going to do is sort of mount all this stuff onto the deck, and then we'll give you a little demonstration about the capabilities and everything like that it can do. And hopefully we've got her all sealed up really good, no leaks, and she'll work good in the next fire. Thanks for having a look.